Hello, everybody. So this week we're going to go over machine learning and security. Today will be machine learning, and then Thursday we'll follow up with some more on security. So here we go. So machine learning on AWS. This I'm going to show you the layered approach to explaining it. The bottom layer is your infrastructure and the frameworks. So you have your high performance compute like your P4D, Trainium, Inferentia for training and inference. And that'll support your TensorFlow, PyTorch, MXNet, anything that you are looking to build it upon. And you have full control over the environment and your performance tuning. So again, here in the bottom layer, you have full control over everything. Now, as you go to the middle layer, this is where AWS's SageMaker comes in. Now, this is a managed machine learning platform covering the full lifecycle. So again, when it's managed, AWS takes care of the majority of this. So you can build, train, tune, deploy, and monitor models here, and it reduces your infrastructure overhead while maintaining flexibility. So this one you do lose some control. However, it does help you reduce your overhead, and you still be able to maintain some flexibility and be able to, build, train, tune, and deploy what you're looking to as far as models go. Now at the top layer, we have our AI services. So again, these are um, also AWS products, and there are pre-built APIs for recognition, Lex, Poly, Comprehend. You do not need any machine learning expertise at all required for this. And this is best for common use cases and rapid deployment. So those are your bottom, middle, and top layers. Now we'll go over the full cycle of SageMaker. So SageMaker Studio Notebooks is what you'd use when you're developing. Data pre-processing and feature engineering, experiment tracking and collaboration, and you can centralize machine learning development in your environment. So, sorry, it's a centralized machine learning development environment. So really, SageMaker is kind of lets you, again, AWS gives you the option to create machine learning when you don't know everything about machine learning, but still have a AWS product to work with. So we'll talk about training in machine learning. So in training, you're distributed training across multiple different instances. So those will also be your EC2s. And you're going to manage spot training and reduces cost. So again, we had talked about spot instances in the past. So if you're managing it through different spot instances, again, the cost is going to be reduced. You could do some hyperparameter tuning and experiment tracking. Now, we won't get into hyperparameter tuning, because you don't need to know the specifics of machine learning or AI for your exam. However, it is important to know that you can hyperparameter tune and experiment track in SageMaker. And just like anything in AWS, when it has when they're running the background, this is scalable and repeatable training workflows are there. So again, it's easily scalable, and that's kind of what makes working with machine learning in the cloud so popular because you can easily scale and expand. Now, when we go to deploy, so once you're all done fine tuning it, now it's time to deploy and see how it goes. So you can have real-time endpoints for low latency, serverless inference for variable workloads, multi-model endpoints for cost efficiency, and you choose based upon your latency, scale, and cost, as we almost always do. That's kind of, as you see, it doesn't matter if it's machine learning, doesn't matter if it's RAG, it doesn't matter if it's just setting up a plain EC2 or any type of S3 bucket. You want to make sure you're making your choice based on latency, scale, and what cost you can make it work for. Now, here you go, ops with SageMaker pipelines. So the pipelines automates your workflows end to end. The steps for this is data prep, as we just discussed before, training, the evaluation, and then deployment. And you have model registry for versioning and approval. And this helps improve your reproducibility and your governance. Now we're going to get into a little bit of modern AI with Bedrock. So we're moving from machine learning to modern AI. And this is a managed generative AI service. So again, when anything is managed by AWS, they take care of it. It is serverless. And you have access foundation models via an API. So you can get Claude, Llama, Titan. There's a variety of different models on there. I believe Hugging Face is on there too. There's a variety of different foundation models for you to choose that you can get access through an API. And there's no infrastructure management required because, again, this is an AWS managed service. So the infrastructure management is handled by them. And Bedrock is used a lot for, as far as use cases go, chatbots, summarizations, and content generation. Now, RAG, this is, the all the rage right now is RAG, the retrieval augmented generation. You can connect models to private data at runtime. It improves accuracy and reduces hallucinations. And no need to retrain foundation models. And it's common for enterprise knowledge systems. Again, RAG is used for, most enterprises only use RAG now. And again, you don't have to retrain any foundation models. They're all set in here. So that is RAG in AWS. Now your architectural strategy for machine learning. You use AI services for standard use cases. You use SageMaker for custom models. Consider trade-offs as in speed versus customization. And then you align your choice with the business requirements that is going to fulfill. And last year, we have data security machine learning. So you've seen VPC endpoints in the past. We've used those. So you use VPC endpoints with private link for private access. You keep the data within an AWS network boundaries. You want to support compliance and data sovereignty and avoid exposure to the public internet at all costs so no one has the access to get in there and delete, change, hack into it, or any of those sorts. So that is AI and machine learning in AWS. We will go over the security section next. If you guys do come up with any questions, let me know, and I will follow up with you soon.